Angelatos asking the question. And now we'll have a word from Michael Ciaris on the far side. Seems to be well with him. It's wicked, not beyond Noah Mark. Carlton Heart have just found a way to get themselves going better in this second half so far. They've created a few chances, none of which have come to fruition for now. But they are continuing to pose questions and cause frustration. Hosseini, Joao da Silva. Wickets, who didn't sort his feet out and nearly had it fall for Noah Mark. Da Silva got a foot in. Angelatos rolled it. Angus to Jerry, who couldn't steer out of trouble, and now Kura can break. Hosseini the only one running, and Grigg sees it out of play.
Aku trying to walk things in. Not taking the hit, not taking a chance, just wanting to walk the ball in. Angelatos had all the room to shoot. Opted to roll instead for his brother. Not the idea which really paid off in the end.
There is Angelatos. Angus to Jerry. They wanted to thread for Noah Mark. Hosseini got in the way. Fernandez then flung himself about. And Aku have won it. And Hosseini for that will get a yellow card. His frustration visible, and Michael Ciaris quick to the top pocket. His name in the book. Carlton Heart can't afford to lose their heads. They have kept momentum high at the start of this second half. Angelatos, Fernandez, his touch was loose. Wicket. Hosseini. Had Angelatos to go at. Kura's return was a good one, and Angus Angelatos quickly across the block, and Noah Mark couldn't prevent a corner. Heart surging. They have stolen the ascendancy from Aku, and they now steal the scoreline back on terms. Hosseini. Threaded for Kura. Lovely return, and Hosseini flashed it just wide.
Their best look so far. Grigg unsighted, admits all the bodies in the way. Unlucky, the side trailing.
Searching ball. Ruslan flicked it, then did Da Silva. Fernandez and Hosseini, who seem to appreciate that particular decision. Set back for wicket. On for Da Silva. Really in the groove now. Hosseini. Kura dropped off to lend a hand. He set back for Da Silva instead. Fernandez went to press. Hosseini. Fernandez impeded him. It wouldn't have mattered. Shafei saved anyway. And there is much Aku displeasure about that. Xavier Fernandez pleading his case. But to no avail. It's Hosseini. Kura. Oh. Lovely return for Hosseini. His touch was heavy, and then he collected Grigg. He's got to be really careful. Having already been booked, he has to be really careful.
Just simply reckless. What are you doing? Mate, you're on a yellow card. I know I feel like I sound like Rudy Wicket right now, but I would be incensed with my player if he's doing that while on a yellow card when the match is in the balance. Real lapse in concentration, and rightfully so. Hosseini dragged off. Fernandez. Down the line. Wicket strong in the tackle. Shafi's goalkeeper possession. Rolls it short. Wicket. Joao da Silva. Watson moving. Kura lurking. Watson not controlling. Fernandez down the line. Fernandez receiving in that position. It was Ma who's played the ball towards him. Ma crashing into Watson. Now Yalda Silva. Not away. Angelatos for Rosland. For Ma. Fernandez not around wicket. De Silva. Chipping for Kura. Kura stabbing at the effort. Carlton not really able to draw a pure glimpse at goal. They haven't been able to test Lucas Grigg properly. It's been lots of half opportunities, but no real clear-cut, gleaming chance.
And that's the only thing that's missing, is that cutting edge and that ability to create a clear look. Because for all their momentum, they have nothing to show for it. And that momentum could be finite. That's a fierce lunge from Francis Ma.
Red mist Francis Ma. He's been prone to a red card or two throughout his career. Doesn't mind playing with a bit of body, a bit of intensity. The captain walking a tightrope. He's on a yellow card.
Could that be something that now fires Hart up? They've had the momentum. They've had the ascendancy. Without anything to show for it, that could be something that just flicks a switch in this side now. To go and play with a bit more persuasion, with a bit more ferocity.
Watson gets it rolling again. De Silva takes a shot on, deflecting. Carlton Art corner. Kura jostling across to take it. Rolls it short. Wicket.
Quick looking long. Hearts, for all their muster, have not mustered a goal. That might change with De Silva. Watson was sliding and couldn't find a touch. Watson, head in hands. Mohamed Shafei down on his knees at the other end. Hart inches away from an equaliser that still proves elusive. Law, Ruslan, Ma was almost out the back. Shafei came a long way and had it fall fortuitously off Kura. Now wicket. With Owen to go at, couldn't get beyond. Hart still hunting, still surging. A quick glance at the clock from Rudy Wicket.
Oi.
And Watson forced a good save from Grigg. Another Hearts corner. And they have had a string of them. Wicket's take, it took a touch for De Silva, who sliced across his volley. Irwin, a couple of changes. Noah Marr back on, Francis Marr likewise. Irwin finds Law. To thread it for Noah Marr. Again, they can't get through. Can Aku go and snatch it all the way from Hart? A close, a tense, a cagey one. Irwin! Well, it's not a million miles away from a blockbuster. His heart continued to hang in there, continued to be in this game. Ball across from Watson again, too heavy for De Silva. Rudy Wickett growing a touch frustrated at the wastefulness in possession. Irwin went searching for Law. Watson got in the way, found power. Again, when trying to place it, Lucas Crick will let it roll out of play. He was told to leave it by Irwin, and went quickly for Angelatos. Irwin again. Hard surging Angelatos, who has had quite the night. Noamar. Irwin. Face to face with Watson, who stood him up. Set it back for Noamar. Now on for Law, who couldn't find Irwin. Watson, power. Watson wanted to leave it for De Silva, and Irwin got a foot in just as they looked like they might break again. Here is Connor Irwin, who has been the role of Aku orchestrator for much of this second half. Lovely return for Angelatos down the line. He had two to go around, and De Silva bundled into him, and Aku have a free kick. And the mop is needed. An Aku free kick, another gleaming opportunity to double their lead and maybe cement themselves in the top three, cement themselves 2 points from the summit itself, with a game still to play. And it would kill the Heart momentum. They might flatline if this to find the net. Noamar drilled into the wall. Cruz could counter. Power was up with him. Owen came to shut the door. His touch couldn't keep it alive.
Watson. Francis Marr awaiting on the bench to get re-involved. He's on a yellow card. Noamar losing possession. Carlton Heart not doing anything with the ball that fell at their feet. Angelatos skipping down the centre of the court. Angus to Jerry. Double A's all on court for Raku, although the batteries might have been required there for Jerry Angelatos as Owen rolled him out of play. Cruz, Watson. Power backheeling Watson at tight angle, got the cross in, it won't matter, keeper's ball. Angelatos not kept in play. Carlton have forced Aku wide, Ethan, throughout this game. It's made it difficult for the side leading to really play with fluency.
It's because they know they're so potent through the middle of the court. They love to really power through that central area and then use the flanks to their advantage. So Hearts are taking that out of the game at this point in time to just make life difficult, and you've seen it.
And here goes the package, denied by Shafee. Well, nearly still signed and delivered. It was Noamar, who was barking at Seb Stirrell only seconds ago, received it on a silver platter, and Shafee had to be like a springboard off his line to make the save.
That's an excellent save, and it keeps Heart in this game. It broke fortuitously for Noamar. He just lacked the finishing touch when through one-on-one. And it could be a real killer. Aku will not want to rue these misses. They haven't created a lot of chances in this second half, and so far still are unable to take the ones that they do.
Irwin, Wicket, nice read. Power not able to find Wicket. Angelatos. Power against physicality, evenly matched this time around. Power edge of the area. Wicket. Cruz. And Galatos with a good shepherd. It's well done from Jerry. Arku have been able to stop every spot fire. Well, Arku rather have been able to stop every spot fire which Carlton have thrown at them. It's been a routine performance. Clean sheet kept intact, and it could be in for a second. It was Ma. Shafee wants to go, but the Calvary not going with him. He's done well, the keeper, for power. Corner from nothing.
That's good inventiveness from Shafee to take the game on. The ball to power is a good one. They're finally able to split the lines and get a clean look at Lucas Grigg. Power does the right thing in taking it on. The keeper quickly across to deal with it very, very diligently. But Hart are really starting to surge here. They're starting to push. They feel that the door could be about to be opened.
Rajab. Edging closer and closer. Other side in wide. Rajab and Cruz together. Carlton getting stuck at this high part of the court.
They have another corner. Rajab, Cruz, again those two link up, but it does not come to anything. All these opportunities wasted. Could Hart come to miss them? They still have plenty of time to get back in this game. Irwin sent Rajab and is now on the charge the other way. Angelatos. Away from Rajab, not Cruz. Jerry angers.
Oh.
Irwin was on his own. That's a brilliant save from Shafee. Terrific stop to deny a crashing Connor Irwin, who's around Hajizada and is inches wide of the far post again. Rajab. Set it back for Wicket. Now on for Cruz. What can Carlton Hart conjure? Wicket, Hajizada. Ma momentarily thought he was going to rip it away. Wicket behind Hajizada. Him and Cruz get in a muddle. It fell for Noah Ma, who flashes wide. Nearly another Aku gift. Unable, this time again, to be gleefully accepted. That is a pair of gilt-edge opportunities missed. As Fernandez thrashed it away. Cruz, Rajab, Wicket. Irwin's foot was too firm. And Hart have a free kick. And Connor Irwin gets a yellow card for good measure. In the book for not only the challenge, but for the descent that followed. And Hart have a gilt-edge opportunity.
How they need this, Carlton Hart. Such an opportunity which presents itself in front of them. Can they take it?
Wicket, Rajab over it. Shaban Rajab's free kick. Grigg intervened and then had it picked away from him from Irwin. A miscommunication with those two. And it's hammered away. Melbourne Aku hanging in there right now. Hajizada wanted to go the long way around Angelatos, wasn't able to do so. Fernandez lent a helping hand. Jerry Angelatos with dancing feet finds Noah Ma, who got away from Wicket and whipped it for Fernandez, who picked Cruz's pocket. Aku momentarily in. But Xavier Fernandez couldn't quite sort his feet out when it mattered. Rajab. Hajizada. Not away from Ma. Cruz. Rajab. Again, driving. Hajizada was looking at the near post. Heart really surging. The search for an equaliser, you feel, is getting ever closer to finding its finishing flourish. Hajizada. Again blocked by Angelatos.
Rajab flicking. Hajizada, they scream for handball to the Aku boys on the bench. Jerry Angelatos awaiting the movement from Fernandez. He nearly went over the top of everybody, including Shafi. Ma takes charge. This could see the game. Fernandez spitting and restarting the move. Ma again. It's one of those cases of where Aku can at times be their worst enemy. You feel as if this game has that written for them at some stage if they can't find a second suit.
You really do, especially with the chances they've missed as well. You get the feeling that with the momentum they've built, with the half they've had, Heart just need another look to go their way.
Still in dispute, still a lot of time left in it. Anything could simply happen.
And how Heart would love to make the most of this as well. They have played the better futsal in this second half so far and have really looked to carve out a lot of opportunities. There's been a stroke of misfortune in the way that they've not been able to take them so far. But they're not that far out of the game. We said at half-time that it would just take a 5-minute surge to flip this match on its head. That applies to both of these sides. Either Aku create a buffer that can't be breached, or Heart go and rip it away from them in next to no time.
Ball really in dispute. Yada Silva had his shirt pulled as a Fernandez out of the Xavier variety was on the deck. Can Aku find something here? Mars behind the free kick. What can Francis do? Blocked by Rajab. The ball has been going out a lot in this game. That's why it feels like it's gone for an eternity. Day has turned tonight at DCSS. Fernandez pressed by Seb Wicket, who hasn't stopped. It's been all over the contest tonight. Rajab. Going the short ball in towards the box. Elder Silva lurking, not interpreting. Rajab. Shifting around Xavier Fernandez. Rajab, Kura, the back heel. Not there. It would have been something from Carlton. Fernandez for Ma. Play will resume. Advantage called. Ma doesn't want the advantage. And he has to be careful. He's already on a card.
Francis Ma just protesting the case with Michael Tsiaris. Xavier Fernandez stayed down. Now, Aku did not have to take the advantage. A rolling foul issued in the meantime. A quick glance at the clock from Rudy Wickett. Kiwi Mew and Benjamin Howell in discussion on this near side. Aku's deep side ball. Ruslan met it. It crashed into Cruz and fell for Rajab, who can now break. De Silva's up with him and has dragged his effort wide of the near post. Wasn't hit with a full flourish. As Grigg speared it for Francis Marr, who took it down well. Rajab holding him up. Cruz then came to lend a helping hand. Marr taking it to the corner as that's all he had, and he ran out of room. More Melbourne Aku frustration and more Carlton Hart misplacement. The stop-starty nature of Sunday's second clash ceases to find its fluidity. There's Ruslan, Francis Marr. Ruslan once again. Couldn't thread it beyond De Silva. What can anybody conjure in the time that remains? Grigg went long! Oh my word! Melbourne Aku out of nowhere. Lucas Grigg went searching rather than scoring and ended up doing the latter. Astonishing! He can't quite believe it. Shafay caught out. And Carlton Hart now have a mountain to climb.
How this game was crying out for a moment like it. And Lucas Grigg, you'd assume was trying to pick out a teammate, ended up scoring on his own accord. The keeper, coast to coast. Aku staring down the barrel of remaining undefeated in the competition thus far. And recording yet another victory in the early stages of the SFV men's season.
Is that the goal that just steers this away from Carlton Hart, who have been valiant? Kura is looking to change that. Francis Marr sliding, he had to get that right. As Rajab came roaring through.
So good, Bird.
And a timeout issued. Rudy Wickett wanting a stoppage. Hart wanting to rein them in. As we go to timeout. It is Carlton Hart 0. Melbourne Aku 2. We return from timeout. Aku have broken away from Carlton hard, and Angelatos is looking to wrap it up, but Shafay denies at the near post. This one nearing its conclusion, as Owen launches that one. Aku found something out of nothing. A speculative Lucas Grigg long ball turned goal has given QEMU's side 3 points on a night thus far where they have not been at their best. Though the result is not decided, Adam, it feels like one of those evenings where a goal for either in this second half could decide this game.
Certainly could, but Carlton have not had that attacking prowess tonight. They haven't had that. They've been defensively sound, but they've lacked exactly that! And there it is on cue. $1 million Matt Cruz has given Carlton a pulse deep in this one. Ha! As we're saying, they've lacked that killer instinct. Right on cue, Matt Cruz has silenced those critics. And then they're not out of this now, Carlton. They've brought themselves right back into it.
Terrifically taken from Cruz. When it fell to him, you just felt like he had to take the effort on. The space opened up. It was a very good look, and he found the finishing touch.
Ma looking to wrap it up. Went around everybody. Sat all the Carlton Heart squadron down. And the package, Noah Ma, reinstates a quick 2-goal response.
Signed, sealed, delivered this time. Noah Ma, who had come close earlier, had a one-on-one which he squandered, has now gone and reinstated a 2-goal buffer post haste for Melbourne Aku. Just when hard looked like they could have made it nervy.
Greg will give it a throw, but it's nobody home. The Blues, the Lions, that's next to see out round 4. Pasco Vale developing the record against Moreland at DCSS. Moreland tasted success against Pasco Vale in the past in other competitions. We think back to State League Futsal, played at the La Trobe University Indoor Centre. And Moreland had defeated Pasco Vale in the final of last year's April long weekend tournament.
Just back here, that's 5 fouls for Melbourne Aku. Francis Marr was most displeased and in disbelief about how that was issued, but Aku have reached the limit now and just have to walk a bit of a tightrope to the end.
Cruz lost it in the centre of the court. De Silva lunges, but in doing so, might have hurt himself. He's looking gingerly at the number 2 for Carlton. He's, well, reluctantly walking off. He doesn't seem to be all there. Stoppages Jab has the fly kit on. Carlton will go 5th man shortly. Aku looking to keep the ball in play. Ma turning around wicket. He's been a solid soldier tonight for Carlton. Aku cannot concede a foul. And especially for Francis Marr, he has to be careful. Stoppages Jab with the fly kit on. Watson. Chance for Carlton. There's options queuing up all in the centre. Aku have to be so pristine. Watson goes down. Krieg was caught upon. Nervy play. Rudy Wicket with a glance towards the clock. Watson. Rajab in the fly. Wicket. Power. Deepest awaiting the movement. Watson in possession. Ball's played towards him. It was Irwin intercepting. Wicket. Watson charged down by Francis Marr. Rajab gets it back from Power. Angelatos, big lunge from the Mad Dog. Watson will go into the book. It was almost something he had to do considering Angelatos was rampaging away.
Angelatos was gone. And he had to be given. It was a rather reckless shove in the end from Watson. And that now is 5 fouls aside. The ledger squared. Neither can clatter the other before the end now. Angelatos hits the railing. 2 to go. Hart with one last lunge. Shaban Rajab out as 5th man. Aku looking, wanting to hold on for a win that would take them right into the title picture. Rajab, Marr, Rajab flung a leg. And no foul was given. Power, Cruz, again Marr. Watson this time hustling, and Marr's rolled it wide. Kiwi Mew in discussion with Seb on the touchline near side about that fling from Shaban Rajab. In the meantime, Hart keep it rolling. Wicket. Rajab lunged. Watson. Lucas Grigg. Cruz was in the way. Rajab had it fall. Now Matt Cruz again. And Angelatos is there to block. Is there one last Hart surge? Wicket. Rajab. Cruz stretched. No one was home and he couldn't keep it in. And the final act of Sunday. A blockbuster. One which is a rivalry renewed. Pasco Vale and Moreland. The opportunity to go within a game of top of the table. Both with a more sluggish start than they would hope. Both finding their feet and their groove. The Blues and the Lions resume battle. 2 of this league's premier sides will close out a Super Sunday evening. That's a lovely ball from Wicket and well read by Grigg. And now Irwin is charging. Angelatos the runner. It was poked for him. Shafei got a foot in and Power had to clear. The dying embers of the second game. Angelatos wanted a way around Watson and wasn't given one. Aku will just soak all the time up and out of this game now. Cruz able to get away from Angelatos. Irwin met Power. Angelatos went and bustled in and it broke for Shafei, who went spearing long. Cruz was on his own. Angelatos and Marr with 2 headers. Power wanted handball. Marr will have it. Just about kept it in. It'll go to Shafei. And Aku are headed to within 2 points of top of the tree. Angelatos is their one for the road. It had too much on it. But it will matter not. Having not been at their very best, having struggled for rhythm for majority of the halves opening instalment and throughout much of the second, it was initially Francis Marr, then it was Lucas Grigg from some distance, and then it was Noah Marr after Hart posed a challenge through Matt Cruz. But Melbourne Aku found a way. 3 goals, 3 points, and now only 2 separate them from the top of the tree. Full time in Darabin, it's Melbourne Aku 3, Carlton Hart 1.
We conclude tonight's instalments with what many might deem as the main event. Morn Blues FC, Pasco Vale FC, all to play for. Adam Plomby, Ethan Rigg, up and away. We go. Round four's out of the all. We've had Hume defeat Fitzroy. We had Aku remain undefeated in the competition thus far. What do we have ahead of ourselves with these two sides that know each other rather well? Look at the lineups for both sides, starting with the Mighty Lions. Noah Filic is the goalkeeper. Andre Caro lines up alongside Pasco Vale's arguably strongest lineup of Sakawel Jaron, Kevin Lamb and Michael Newen, who's donning the captain's armband. As for the Blues, Apostolakis is the goalkeeper. Cooper returns following his omission last week. Dexter Hard, Kevin DeSantos and Dustizada get the starting nod according to Sam Milnes. Light benches on both sides. Pasco Vale with a couple more manpower to their name in comparison to the Blues. The most noticeable of such on the bench for Moreland, that of Futsal Roost pivot Grant Lynch.
And Pasco Vale starting right in the way that they set off from last week too. It's a hot start, and it's a good mix they've got now. That trio of Michael Newen, Sakawel Jaron and Kevin Lamb, they seem to be gelling well. That third player, that third option was something they lacked last season when the cohesion wasn't there. Now you're seeing it start to come together every week. This is another test for them. They've rebuilt momentum, but they come up against the Moreland side who still have a big point to prove.
Hard whipping in, looking for that of KDS, while Jaron body's hitting the floor early. Filic progressing higher up the court, the keeper. He's loving his time in SFE land. Newen. Filic, heavy touch. Can we have some more excitement in comparison to the last slugfest we saw? It was not a boring game by any stretch of the word. It was just a methodical one. Both sides not giving each other anything. Carlton are defending a fair bit. Aku in possession. We're happy to hold it. KDS. Back for Cooper. Dos Santos. Tangoing with the ball at his feet. In the end, loses possession. Newen. Pasco Vale playing higher. Filic progressing further up the court. Jaron. Newen. Intricate play from the Mighty Lions as they try to work themselves into a shooting area. Shot was never within the firing range, and that's why the movers faltered back into Pasco Vale's defensive half. Filic looking for Newen, who's a tall man in his own right, but not tall enough to latch onto that ball from the keeper.
They've started the better of the two. Pasco Vale so far, they've just been looking to get at Moreland a bit more, to play with more guile and more invention. The Blues haven't seen a lot of the ball. Pasco Vale have been patient in possession, trying to carve out opportunities, as Adam Cooper's had his work cut out so far. He finds Kevin Dos Santos, now Dexter Hard. Cooper nearly lost out to Lamb, set back for Apostolakis, who went to threads, not for Dos Santos. Filic happy to watch it out. And Pasco Vale have made a recent habit of finding ways to malign Moreland, to find ways to beat the Blues when it matters most. Happened at the state championships, happened in each of the last two series futsal seasons. They are making it count when it matters. It always the showcase of what this side can be. And if found on a more consistent basis, what it could grow to become. As Cooper loses out to Michael Newen.
Touching on the topic of Adam Cooper, he's had his fair share of injury concerns, which is not a sentence usually put together when mentioning his name. Cleared to play tonight, although perhaps brought back a bit prematurely. Stellitano on court for the first time.
Here's Dos Santos. Lynch, oh, lovely flick. Dos Santos took over and Moreland have a corner. And Stellitano took a tumble and was just gesturing to see if the officials would take any inquiry. Benjamin Howe unmoved.
Grant Lynch accompanying the likes of Stellitano on court for the first time. The man from NSW is here in SFV land.
Stellitano forced back for Apostolakis. Dos Santos. Here is Gio Stellitano out for Adam Cooper. Lynch is on the diag if he wants to drill it that way. Set for Dos Santos, threaded it for Lynch, who had the yard on Nam Pham. And the ball rolled under his foot just as he went to turn.
Grant Lynch, of course, had played yesterday in the National Premier League's New South Wales for University New South Wales. It was a 2-2 draw in that clash against the Marconi. Now finds himself on a futsal court only 24 hours after playing in a different state.
Nam Pham going to get around Adam Cooper. And that's the kind of commitment that Moreland will have loved out of him. Straight from the MPL NSW, straight into series futsal and into a big game in its own right, as was his yesterday too. Cooper hustled by Waljarin and unable to make way. Uripidu. Onto Dos Santos. Stellitano. Uripidu once more. Lynch. Moreland just starting to build their groove. Stellitano went back for Uripidu. Now Dos Santos. Credit for Lynch. And got a clearance from Saka Waljarin.
Good handling, Ethan Grigg. Grigg? Rigg. Thought you were Lucas Grigg there, Ethan. Had the handling of the goalkeeper.
Lynch, Dos Santos, deflected out for a corner. Thought you were the keeper out of us too, Adam.
Oh, if the corn chips run it back, maybe. Never say never in the futsal world.
Stellitano's corner with depth. Lynch on the volley, caught it sweet. And the deflection takes it out of DCSS.
I'm so glad Grant Lynch has been on the Moreland Blues list this season. See him only time and time again, but it's such a pleasure when he's on court. Such an exciting player.
Again, the ball was searching for Waljarin. Lynch adding some life already. Dos Santos. And here is Grant Lynch. Stellitano. Uripidu. Around Waljarin, away from Caro, squared it for Stellitano, who couldn't score, and Felice threw himself on it and was able to claw it into his grasp.
Miraculous from the keeper, who's done well. Waljarin, Ripidu, having a decent start to this game. Newen stepping inside, he was unbalanced as he took the shot on. Apostolakis thought about going long to KDS. Will go short to Grant Lynch. Dos Santos, Erepidu. Receives it back, Stellitano. Dos Santos, Lynch. Stellitano working it in towards the area. Caro inadvertently into Felice. Benjamin Howe quick on the case of Noah Felice, who's just scratching at the top of his head. Good officiating from that of Howe. It's all precautionary. You want nothing to do when it comes to a head injury, but all considered, no Jarvis Gin, of course. Mazen Abdallah departed the Mighty Lions weeks ago. Albion Chachi's knocking it up to play goalkeeper this evening, so a bit of intrigue as to if Felice was to go down injured, would take his place.
You suspect that Pasco Vale would be wanting to run fifth man in that stage for the whole game. Who gets that pink kit on?
Well, Andre Carr's been around futsal for a long time. Maybe he's played goalkeeper at some stage, but there's no out-and-out shot stopper if Felic is to go out injured. So that's a talking point in itself. Lynch short, and now Lem is in! Big save by Apostolakis. He wore it on his face.
And he didn't know much about it either. It's a lovely shift from Kevin Lamb. The quickest drop of the shoulder, and it opens the room to fire the shot in. Apostolakis does well, considering he had little time to see it.
Well, Jaron dipping up and over the crossbar, but hit with real velocity. Dos Santos looking for Stellitano. Carter on his tail, while Jaron loves these situations to run at defenders. Dos Santos got back in time and delegated the situation. Edipidio for Lynch. Paco's ball.
Deadlock still unbroken between these two titans. Pasco Vale having ridden a Moreland wave, now starting to hopefully create a crest of their own. Felic again going on an adventure, and again back for Kevin Lamb. Felic once more. Caro. Pasco Vale patient, taking their time. Felic fancied it! And was not a million miles away, and Apostolakis wants direction. Stellitano! Moreland go back to France and make Pasco Vale pay. Stellitano leapt like a salmon. And with finesse. Nodded it beyond Felic. Found the lead, and now he's on the charge again, and Felic can't prevent the corner.
He leaped like a what, Ethan?
Like a salmon.
There's not much that he can't do. Old Stellitano. And he's showcased it there. Lovely header. We've seen 2 header goals tonight. And that might just be a touch nicer than Rogan's from Stellitano, the number 7 of the Blues.
Lamb wanting the instant reply. Shemazy got it back from Kevin Lamb. And then stumbled and invited Aripidu to press. Lamb then wanted to hook it for Stoppages and wasn't able to. Grant Lynch makes way. Dexter Hard reinstated. Aripidu down the line for Stellitano. Moreland just in a different gear at the moment. Pasco Vale find themselves behind because of it. Felicia come a long way towards Stellitano from having a look at that one. Newen searching for Stoppages, who would have needed to be 20 feet tall to get onto that. Pasco Vale can ill afford to let their good start fizzle out and allow Moreland to dictate. Cooper for Hard. Back for Adam Cooper, who had his pocket picked by Shemazy, who steered it for Stoppages, who couldn't sort his feet out.
Look of Aiden Chachi wasn't the greatest as Stoppages stumbled on his feet. And Aiden has gone and handed in a timeout sheet to Rodrigo, the 4th official. Destizada. Cooper. Lamb takes charge. Options might favour that of the Mighty Lions. A big slide from Cooper. That'll be a timeout issued on behalf of the side trailing by a goal to nil. Moreland opened the scoring courtesy of their number 7, Giovanni Stellitano, off his head as we cross to a timeout break with the Blues leading a goal to nil. While Jaron gets it rolling again. Nam Pham, Zach Chemazy. Different look for the Mighty Lions on court. And in charge you with the words of, let's play, lads. Let's give it a go. Let's not be fraught with danger. Let's really take the game to Moreland.
And it's that same message, that fearlessness, that willingness to go and take the game to them, which is what got them so close against Fitzroy. It's that want to understand that they belong at that level against those sides. It's the belief he's trying to instill in this group to get them up there and to really take it to Moreland.
Hard. Erepidu. Dustizada. Moreland looking for a shooting chance. Dustizada testing Felic, who tips over the crossbar. Vong has a look towards Hard. The ball had gone towards his counterpart. It appeared though finally has a kit last week, donning that of Moreland's former number 10, Papa Constantinu. What a player he was. Oh, Jaron. Simple in the end for Apostolakis. It appeared though. Oh, went behind him. Dustizada cleans it up. It appeared though. Cooper. It appeared though. Combining with Cooper, Moreland entering a bit of a groove. Cooper. It appeared though. All over the court, this guy. Hard. Oh, pass was pedestrian by Ed Apiedo, and while Jaron finds Chemazy, who hits the statue.
It's the best the Pasco Vale have been able to work since that timeout, given away by Eripidu. And it just gave, well, Jaron a yard. Faked the shot, squared it for Chemazy, who was unable to steer beyond the Apostolakis. Takes the hard on the switch for Kevin Dos Santos, who has Vuong to go at Dos Santos. It took a bobble and was an easy gather for Felic. He's quick to roll for Nam Pham. Kevin Lamb reinstated, and well, Jaron has it. Nam Pham threaded for Kevin Lamb. Pasco Vale hunting. Pham left it for Chemazy, while Jaron sorted his feet out and then tiptoed round Hard, who got a foot in it the second time, and Moreland momentarily could break. Dos Santos hard spun Lamb, but ran out of room. Nam Pham on for Felic. Pasco Vale taking their time, happy to play with more adventure. Halfway stage of the first half of Sunday's final instalment. Pham with a look and a chip to the near post. Pasco Vale just playing with more adventure. You saw what the project could be without its final flourish of 3 points last week. They will be hoping that the script is different despite being a goal down. And Lynch concedes a corner. From some distance, and it gives Pasco Vale a promising opportunity. The quartet of Newen, Lamb, Caro, while Jaron, perhaps Aidan Chachi's strongest. Newen, while Jaron gave it a wallop at the near post and couldn't catch out Apostolakis. But they are hunting. Moreland's momentum halting just a little bit. Cooper. Kevin Dos Santos. Lynch. Cooper. Out the other way for Stellitano, who threaded for a runner at the back post, wanting Dos Santos, but he did not arrive.
Apologetic was KDS towards Stellitano. Sensing a moment for a second.
Moreland still looking the more fluid of the two so far. Pasco Vale, similar, almost akin to how it was last week, finding their feet as this first half unfolds. Newen Back for Felice. That just about stayed in without crossing the halfway line. A fine, fine margin. Cooper. Dos Santos has Newen to go at, wanting to charge centrally. Lamb was there to come across. Stellitano went searching. Caro nodded it and nodded it out of play. 3 points for either tonight. Massive. Takes them within a game of the top two. Currently, that is Moreland's move being made. Back towards where they want to be. Where they feel they expect to be. There's Lynch. Cooper threaded for Dos Santos. Newen backed him up. Adam Cooper once more. Stellitano had moved, was found smashingly. Ralph Felice, and he's had the double. And it's a brilliant Moreland goal. Adam Cooper caressed it, and Stellitano stroked it home superbly.
All stemming from the movement off the ball from Stellitano. Cooper had a glance, has the vision, has the experience. Stellitano with the feints. Switching direction. Running into space. Cooper picking him out to perfection. Unplayable futsal.
And they're on the charge again. Cooper through the legs of Caro. Felice took a touch, and now he's got to go. Stellitano on the slide. Felice bundled into him, and Moreland have a free kick. Noah Felice went flying at Giovanni Stellitano. And the question being poised on the Moreland bench is, where's the punishment as the goal was unguarded? Felice escapes further reprimand, having almost had a mare. There's Postelakis. Wanted to spear it for Dos Santos. Skopelidis got in ahead of him and then bundled off Dos Santos. And Stellitano was in the way.
He's on a first half hat-trick. Stellitano. His partner Ebony in the building. Showcasing what he can do with an important person watching.
Michael Newen. Wanting to work a yard, threaded it for Caro, who crashed it wide.
Did you say no or... Wait, what did you say?
Dos Santos. Again unable to go further forward. But Moreland right now hold all the momentum. That's a lovely ball from Lynch and taken diligently by Dos Santos. Stellitano. Euripidu. Dos Santos with Caro to go at. Newen came across. He's around two, not away from Skopelidis, who seems to be a thorn in the Moreland skipper's side. Euripidu, Lynch. Newen got a foot in. Euripidu came crashing. Lynch wanted to keep it rolling. Caro got a foot and then had to clear his lines.
Edepido chipping. Felice can reset. And launches long, wanting Skopelidis. Lynch has lots of time. He's been told that by Edepido. Lamb against Lynch. Apostolakis. Measures his second touch. Goes out of play. Don't mind this dynamic from the Blues. Edepido and Lynch. Lots of height, hard, and Dos Santos. Lots of pace. Lots of engine, lots of stamina. As our CEO and founder, Peter Pathos, in the building. Having a watch and enjoying the futsal. Dos Santos, hard. Edepido. Lynch. Dos Santos. Brilliant move from Moreland. It's KDS. Saved by Felice. First touch of the captain, KDS, just letting him down at the final moment. As Skopelidis holds it up. Caro. Newen. Pasco Vale have to go. Lamb. Lynch won't keep it in.
Better though from Pasco Vale. just to be able to withstand and then to take some of the sting out of the game. Moreland looked momentarily 5 minutes ago like they could go the risk of running away with this before half-time. So it's a good rein in from the Lions, who have just been able to wrestle something back.
Newen. Caro was talking to Kevin Lamb, but Kevin Lamb jostled off. De Santos around Stoppages, in for hard. Not able to turn it in.
Lightning as well from Dexter Hard, just the way he drifted across to the near post. Andre Caro, unaware of his run, it was on the blind side of him. He just steals in and gets the yard. The flick, though, is in tangent with that, and to get all those limbs and to get all of that moving in once is very tricky.
Newen with a cheap giveaway to Cooper. De Santos. Moreland have been in complete control. Cooper threading, Filic reading best. And clears. But it really has been one-way traffic. All in blue. Hard. Cooper. Wanted to go right down the centre of the court hard. High boot upon Shemazy. As Tizada re-emerges. Newen. Pham. Newen not around Cooper. Hard, isolated. Big, strong challenge from Newen. Pham controls it. While Jaron. Pham. Newen. Nam Pham advancing, not finding anyone in a white shirt. Cooper best position to read the play and work out the situation for the Blues. It's been much of the scenario tonight, Ethan. Moreland, anytime Pasco Vale tries to conjure up something, have been reading the plays superbly time and time again.
They've been really disciplined defensively. The way that they've set up has been superb so far. And that's why Pasco Vale haven't been able to break their way through. You saw that early explosion with Newen, Lamb and Wild Jarin. Moreland had really had to reassess on that. They learned on the fly how to deal with that threat, and since then have just looked impenetrable.
Dexter Hard looking for KDS. Pham and Shemazy sort things out. Shemazy deep for Newen, which prompted Filic to bark at the men with glasses. Cooper striking. Going underground as they see three. Filic seeing it wide.
Michael Newen, as Pasco Vale search for a reply. Half-time now, all of a sudden, becoming something approaching. Threaded down the line for Shemazy. He's got Cooper to go at. Set back for Michael Newen. While Jarin, who fancies a look at Dos Santos, drifted wide. Cooper got a foot on it, and now Moreland can break. Dos Santos has drawn the attention of three, and slammed it in for three for Moreland. Blistering. And Pasco Vale were burnt on the break.
Sliding with the celebration, Ibrahimovic-esque from Kevin Dos Santos. So stylish, so sleek, all personified in the goal. He just scored. He goes off in place of Stellitano. And the Blues are starting to show us what they're really made of this season. Hasn't been the best start for them, but currently are making light work of the Lions.
Caro for Shemazy. A bit of Brazilian brilliance on the counter. Has Moreland restored the feeling? Ripidou under it. And cleared out of play. Pasco Vale rocked. This a real Moreland statement. Perhaps the first of its kind for the new year. Andre Caro, while Jarin, they've gone fifth man before the break, and Noah Filic is out, the net is unguarded. Here's flick for Shemazy, forced Apostolakis to scramble. Cooper, Dustizada, Stellitano, ever so cool. Uripidu out the other way. Cooper couldn't re-find Dustizada, allowed Caro to go and claim it. While Jarin, Shemazy, fancied to hit himself and wasn't far away, although Apostolakis had clear sight. Moreland taking the sting in the closing stages out of the first half. It's Cooper. Stellitano. Set it back for Uripidu. Cooper, who has been orchestral. Stellitano smashing. Dustizada's flick without the pace of the plan who played it to him. Now Jarin and Pasco Vale got one for the break. Blocked by Cooper. Set for Shemazy. That's fabulous from Apostolakis. Brilliant save down low. Important intervention to deny Pasco Vale away back into the game. Shemazy, Vong off the post.
Maybe I don't know, really, it's probably about a 10-year-old club, but it's only been taken serious for the last 4 or 5 years. So he's come down here, he's wanting to do some type of collaboration with the players.
Adam Cooper. Dying embers of the first half of the final Sunday installation. Uripidu went beyond him, he set it back for Dustizada instead. Uripidu, Stellitano, oh, it's gorgeous futsal. Although it just had too much pace on it for Dustizada. Lamb reintroduced and repossessed immediately, found its way to Caro. Now Kevin Lamb. While Jarin, Caro. Flick round the corner for Jarin. Apostolakis save and Shemazy steers in the rebound. Pasco Vale blemish the clean sheet before the break and give themselves something to smile about. A very tidy following has them right back in the mix. It had been coming for a couple of minutes, and right on the stroke of half-time, Pasco Vale have got themselves a little bit of an opening and a bit of a renewed interest. Andre Caro. They are wanting a late flurry. Shemazy. Andre Caro sold short. Uripidu was lurking momentarily and forced Caro to clear. Moreland have been magnificent in this first set. Cooper, hard, Lynch, sat Lamb down and forced the save out of Felice, who was quick to go for Caro. Now on for Kevin Lamb. Is there one last look in the first half? Lamb couldn't get away from Lynch, but then went and won it the second time. Stellitano then came to lend a helping hand, and Moreland counter. Stellitano, Lynch, who wasn't there to lunge, and the ball had run out of play before he could get to it.
What would you need, like?
Caro, Lamb, gave it to Lynch, the net's unguarded. Stellitano hat-trick hunting, and his shot lacked sting, allowed Felice to gather, while Jarin went with his shoulder. Wasn't able to steer it goalward. Dexter Hard. Moreland calling it right down. Dos Santos, Hard. Stellitano, lost out to Lamb. Happy to see it trickle out of play.
The Pro League stuff they had on recently.
Dos Santos. Dexter Hard. Pressed by Michael Newen. Got it through the legs of him to find Lynch, who couldn't go beyond. Jarin, it fell for Hard, who steered wide. Felice had to come flying out. Hard couldn't apply the finishing touch to what would have been a very sweet Moreland cake for the first half. While Jarin. Caro, time ticking down. The whistle will beat Pasco Vale. Moreland at their best in the first set. this a test really of their mettle. As it stands, so far so good for the Next Gen Blues. The Lions will be licking their wounds at the break as we get a half time in Darabin. It's Pasco Vale 1, Moreland 3. We return from half-time. Moreland had been magnificent in the Sunday response that they have needed really to kick-start their season. 3-1 up against Pasco Vale, and in rather imposing fashion. This new look Moreland mix-up is now starting to take quite nice shape and starting to cause some frustration, particularly for Sakawal Jaron,
who pushed over Dexter hard as if he was a shopping trolley.
Well, Jaron gave him a fair shove. Dos Santos finds Cooper. Just Dizada. It's worth mentioning this game's also never shy of a bit of red mist. Had plenty of it throughout 2025 when these two teams came to town to face one another. Vuong. Michael Nguyen went for the return for Vuong. It was the right idea, but it had too much speed. Pasco Vale looking to start more promisingly. They were running the risk of flying out of the traps in that first half before being slowed up by a trio of Moreland strikes. Well, Jarin lost out to Dos Santos. Hard home for Apostolakis. Now Cooper. Dexter Hard. Oh, around Michael Nguyen wonderfully. Hard is through and flashes wide.
Brilliant shift of direction from Hard. Scooted around his direct opponent. Had a clear sighting on Felice, who closed the angle to force the attacker wide with his shot. But Moreland, look, I'm going to say, look as if they're not going to stop applying pressure on Pasco Vale.
Well, Jarin charging, lost out to Hard. Dustizada's up with him. Oh, brilliantly worked! A terrific Moreland goal. A fabulous fourth. Dexter Hard and Dustizada improvised and then picked out the bottom corner with aplomb, and the Blues are running away with it.
Lots of smiles from the Moreland camp. Dustizada and Hard playing it so well, taking everybody out the equation. Dustizada was agile to just have a deft touch on the ball, having received it from Dexter. And Hard, much to his namesake, the finish, full 5 bars of power into the bottom corner.
Andre Caro from the corner. Pasco Vale wanting a quick return. That's a top save from Apostolakis as Nguyen steered it goalward. Now Cooper, who evades Michael Nguyen, and Moreland are charging again. Cooper went on his own, and it just had it dragged wide at the vital moment. Worth mentioning, Giovanni Stellitano not starting the second half, but on a hat-trick, given his first half, his first real statement, his first real arrival announcement as a Moreland Blue.
Nguyen has the side ball and a mountain to climb for Pasco Vale, while Jaron onto his left, goes down, gets a foul. Time not against them, but a 3-goal deficit standing in the Lions' way. This would surely start the comeback trial for them. Nguyen has half a pocket to aim at on the right of Cooper. Depends where the captain goes. He rolls it while Jaron got in the way. The routine. One Pasco Vale will not re-envision or want to relive anytime soon.
Aidan Chachi can't believe it. Down on the touchline. He is completely beside himself.
Well, Jaron has to take the game on. Not around Dustizada, who keeps it alive. 2-1 for Moreland. In for Dexter Hard. He goes down, and the Blues have an opportunity from point-blank range.
It's a dangle from Vuong. Just as Hard's looking to go out the other way and get Moreland a way to retain and recycle possession. Vuong with just a little bit of a lash out, and it gives Adam Cooper the perfect opportunity to crash one towards a complete full set of 5 on the Pasco Vale line.
He's practically reporting from the car park as Cooper. Long run up from AC3. Into Felic. Pasco Vale without a blemish. They weather the storm. Whipped in. Well done from Muljaran. Newen. Caro. Charged down by Cooper. Moreland's ball taken quickly. Dustizada. Shifting around Muljaran. There's something about this young man, Ethan. We've seen him in Moreland colours. It's been 2 years prior to the last time he played with the Blues, but he's back, and he's back with a vengeance.
He seems back better than ever, truly. Just the way that he's able to shift, he's so nimble and so quick to go through the gears, and he's happy to draw the challenges. There's a fearlessness and a confidence to the way that he's playing right now. And it is flowing through this Moreland side. Not only has he gone up a gear, you get the feeling that they have as a unit as well. It seems a much more refined project.
Stellitano finding Lynch. Nice wavelength those two are on tonight. Cooper. Edipiedu. Stellitano. Lynch receiving deep. Stellitano's on a hat-trick. Comfortable. And Cardo has been flicked in behind by Felic. Out came Apostolakis. Two veterans coming together. Newen. Lamb. Cardo. Well, Jaron. Newen thought I might as well take it on and test the keeper. And in doing so, earns a corner.
And it's a good effort from Michael Newen. Just as the yardage is opened up to him, he's afforded the space. It's a pretty sweet strike, and Apostolakis does well.
Muljaran into Stellitano, out to touch. Cooper and Newen getting acquainted on court. Cardo went underground. Cooper wants to go on his own down the centre. Newen ushers AC3 towards Felic. The Blues have had every remedy for Pasco Vale. And that is a sight which doesn't seem to be stopping.
Moreland truly muscling their way beyond at the moment. They, as it stands, go within a game of the top 2 and have got themselves right back on track following that opening eve, where at the end they were most frustrated and were most disheartened. This seems to be a side with a renewed sense of purpose, a renewed vigour in 2026. As Euripidu wanted the return from Cooper, didn't get it. Lamb then took over. Lamb shifted away. Apostolakis didn't know much about it and palmed it, while Jarin, Newen and Nam Pham had Euripidu come crashing through. Felic takes his time, had a hit from range. It was travelling. Apostolakis again well sighted and again happy to watch well wide. Stellitano, who is hunting a first Moreland hat-trick. Euripidu. Lynch. Newen happy to recycle. Felic found Muljaran well. It was a great take. And moved it on to Michael Newen, who couldn't shift his way beyond Euripidu, who has had all the answers for the Pasco Vale skipper so far. Muljaran, Nam Pham. Sakabal Jarin, Michael Newen. Again, Euripidu going to hustle him, while Jarin. Pasco Vale taking some time, needing patience. Again, one just opens the door a little bit. It doesn't have to be a flurry for the time being. Euripidu cleared, Nam Pham cut it out. And Stellitano stopped Newen from being able to retain possession. Lions have a quarter of an hour to save themselves. Ample opportunity. Stellitano, Cooper, Lynch. Adam Cooper.
Ball.
Oh, brilliant return. Lynch wanted to thread it, and it fell fortuitously for Waljarin, who went the way round all of them. Oh, brilliant from Apostolakis. Terrific save to deny a spellbinding Saka Waljarin run. His corner for Shemazy. Newen couldn't steer it goalwards. Waljarin, now Pham. Set for Saka Waljarin once more. This time Stellitano standing him up. He couldn't flick it beyond Giovanni Stellitano, who evaded Newen, evaded Nam Pham, found Iripidu. Lynch.
Oh!
Beautiful, and the flick from Stellitano was fanciful. And the save from Felice was firm.
Really enjoying the chemistry on court between Stellitano and Lynch. They combine again. Moreland really having leisure in picking apart Pasco Vale with these deep down court passes. Said by Chiefy himself, without the MVP, Henrique Pimenta, perform just as good to the Blues. To Santos. Fan man marking Stellitano deep down the court. Lynch. Flicking at Apiedo, the idea, while Jaron had to muscle the big fella away from the ball. While Jaron shifting central. Apostolakis using his feet to handle before picking up. Edapiedo in the centre. Stellitano wanting to drive. Shemazy getting a foot in.
Shemazy just looks like he's in a bit of discomfort after that challenge on Stellitano. Quick test out for Zach Shemazy. Seems to be okay. Sporting the Edgar Davids-like goggles.
The what?
Edgar Davids-like goggles.
Hard. Scopolides. Not the first touch he wanted. Pham. Shemazy. Santos, hard, well measured for KDS, Felice at best. Lem, Pham. The Lions trying to find some territory, some idea. Moreland routinely settling in possession. De Santos has Lynch on for the pass. And Lynch opted to place it across the face of Felice's goal. Nobody home for the Blues at the back post.
He might have been in two minds there, Grant Lynch. The angle just forced him a little bit wider than he would have liked. You saw him shaped to drill it into the far corner initially. Perhaps he was hoping Dos Santos had some telepathy and made a back post run to get on the end of it. Had he done, Moreland would have walked in another.
Big lunge from hard. Has Dus Tizada. Hops off Shemazy. Lamb reads, wanted to go through the traffic. Still going Kevin Lamb. De Santos firmly in upon the number 19 for the Lions. And in doing so, Pasco Vale have a foul.
Christos Apostolakis just in conversation with referee Benjamin Howe. Adam Cooper, a quick glance at the clock. 12 minutes 34. Which is causing the Moreland number 3 some amusement. Kevin Lamb has a free kick. Pasco Vale know that time is now starting to leak away from them. Lamb's free kick set for Andre Caro, who crashed it into Iripidu, who then wanted to go on a one-man counter and storm his way beyond the doctor. Felice with height to Caro, whose shot had similar amounts of loft. Dos Santos threaded it onto Dexter Hard, who had 2 lines to go at, 2 waiting to pounce. Caro standing him up, set back for Euripidu. Moreland really patient, really measured in their approach so far this evening.
As you say that, they concede possession. Commentators go say than Rick.
It's always on cue, isn't it? Without fail, the timing seems to also be of the essence as Caro crashes and picks out our cameraman Abdul Kadir.
In the crown jewels, mind you.
Santos Euripidu. Dexter Hard. Wanted to thread it again for Euripidu. He wasn't quite able to on that occasion. Vuong getting ready. Chemezi coming for a set. What have Pasco Vale got, if not to get themselves back in the game, to salvage some pride? Caro threaded, Lamb, tidy touch. Skopolidis had to lunge, however. Away from Dustizada now, beyond Hard. Skopolidis took over, Lamb once more. Andre Caro now. Vuong. Caro. Dustizada hustled him, he reset through Felice, who went direct for Vuong, although Dos Santos got in ahead of him. And then Vuong, with tenacity, went and won it back. Hard blocked it, Caro took over. Dexter Hard has kept his footing and is through all on his own. Went the dink, which Felice failed, and then Vuong blocked. Some way, somehow, Moreland don't find the net. There is many an appeal from the bench for anything they can grasp, and Apostolakis starts the next wave. Kevin Dos Santos. And after that passage of chaos, Dos Santos is going on a voyage for Dustizada, who was blocked by Vuong. Skopolidis spun his way into a navy blue cul-de-sac and then spun his way into touch.
Carter awaiting the movement, had to go. It's really summed up the frustrations tonight from a Pasco Vale perspective. They've been unable to really play the futsal, which I showcased last week against Fitzroy as a spirited loss, but boy, at one stage it seemed as if there was real premise for a Pasco Vale victory. Caro, Lamb. There's still a chunk of time in this one. Ball's been going out of play. Clock's been stopping. Halfway through the second half. We're just about to enter. The Lions aren't out of this yet. They have to find some character. Dos Santos streaming forward. Can he keep his feet? Skopolidis all over him. Vuong tried to bundle in. KDS had the upper body strength to ride the challenge, if you will. Pasco Vale getting more physical as the game matures. Dustizada plants his feet, heads for KDS. Cooper! That's what he does best. Adam Cooper in on the goal-scoring party. He was not in the side last week. He returns, and the Blues find themselves 4 goals to the good.
Restored to the side, restored to the lineup, restored to the scoring sheet, and a fierce 5th for Moreland. The second it broke to him. Just poked it with immense power beyond a hapless Felice. And for Pasco Vale, this now.
It's going from bad to worse. Dos Santos trying the flick. Dustizada. Felice had to go. And the stall warnings in the Pasco Vale cockpit are blaring at the moment.
All at sea. Pasco Vale really, really now hoping to find themselves back to dry land. Anything will do at this point in time. Any pride to be salvaged. And that will be a second touch for Felice. My word, they are in rough waters. This a storm they have not been able to weather. Moreland are making a statement. And Pasco Vale are being swept away in a tsunami. A Moreland free kick, a real opportunity to inflict more pain. Set for Stellitano, and Felice denied him. Still, he hunts and waits for that hat-trick. For Moreland, right now, the wait for 3 points is merely a matter of minutes away. Lynch, Cooper. Again, Stellitano, this time not beyond Michael Newen. Cooper, searching for Stellitano. And this time Newen picked his pocket. Pasco Vale could counter, cut out by Cooper. 2v2, Cooper went alone and flashed it wide at the far post. A real calm gather. Aidan Charchi looking bewildered. Pasco Vale posing the question, what next? Where do they go from here? This could have been the night their season started. Instead, the crossroads are leading them down a dead-end dirt road. And they need to turn around post-haste. Vuong, while Jarin, good footwork to get around Dustizada and then around Stellitano. Sakawal Jarin sliding and running out of room. Stellitano just momentarily almost had it get away from him, flicked it off while Jarin, and he got the final touch. Felice happy to gather. Again, did not have his 4 seconds exploited. Lynch. Cooper. Clipped it over the top. Stellitano nodded it to no one in particular while Jarin took over and placed his ball rather speculatively. Next up for both of these sides, Pasco Vale have Hart, Moreland have Aku, which in itself then poses a huge test for this side. It's a huge ball from Apostolakis and Hart wins a corner. And then after that, a Lions bye and Hume for Moreland. And if that continues to transpire the way that it does, the first meeting of 2 enemies from across different Aegean archipelagos will be one which is truly tasty, while Jarin in the meantime has flashed wide of the far post. Stellitano. Lynch back for Gio Stellitano. Could he get around Shemezi? Newen nearly had a fortuitous flick, while Jarin's got a vacant net and he scores, and Pasco Vale have one back. And the deficit is 3.
Never say never. It ain't over till it's over. And judging the way this one could go, Pasco Vale won't go down without a fight. It's now up to the concentration of the Blues. Newen, Lamb, while Jared out of touch, out of space. Over the top, Stellitano still chasing a hat-trick. Carter, gonna groove. Gonna find Michael Newen nicely. Carter, Newen. Dexter Hard cutting off the passing lane, while Jaron, an intensity upping for Pasco Vale, although Lynch restores some calmness. Erepidu. Stellitano got creative, while Jaron flicked. Newen. Felic. Fizzing for Newen. While Jaron. Felic.
He's just joking. You joking.
While Jaron. For Newen. Pasco Vale. We're trying to compact the space, and Apostolakis Went right into his former teammate. How about this from Christos Apostolakis? Carter received the ball. Bang goes Apostolakis. No love lost between those two, Ethan Rigg.
Certainly not. It's a late lunge from Apostolakis. He clatters into Caro. Finds himself in the book with a rather rash challenge.
Well, the man in green came from nowhere. And once Caro had touched the ball, Apostolakis saw red, but had seen yellow with the card issued. Well, Jaron has the opportunity. Rolls it to the man that earned the free kick. Chemezi off his left. Sprung into life was Apostolakis. Lynch had a lot of lamb. And Pasco Vale might have an opportunity from inside the semicircle.
And a yellow card for Grant Lynch. The only point of deliberation. My word. It is close to the edge. The decision. The decision is penalty. So Sakawal Jarin and Pasco Vale, who were nowhere minutes ago, now with a gilt-edged golden chance to get themselves within two and right back in it.
Oh, Jaron from the spot. Has sent it wide. Moreland had a timeout issued right before the spot kick was taken. And it was blazed well and truly wide by Wild Jaron. Timeout, the scores remain the same. Pasco Vale chasing a 3-goal deficit as we cross to timeout. Apostolakis spares his blemishes. Moreland don't concede, although they were certainly up against the knife's edge. Well, Sharon sent well and truly wide. It could have been Pasco Vale's glimpse back in the contest. Foul tally, 3-2. The Blues on 3, Pasco on 2. Ethan Rigg. It's not over yet, but it has to start going right for the side trailing.
And they had a golden opportunity right before timeout to get themselves back in the game. Sakawal Jarin from the spot, who had shown so much composure in recent penalty situations, certainly at the National Championships, blazes wide, and Pasco Vale still have a mountain to climb. If the deficit is 2, this becomes an incredibly tasty show home. It still has potential for that, but the Lions now really have to get a move on.
Newen for Felice. Cardo, lovely ball to find the doctor. Believe still there with the Lions. Apostolakis trying to take out our cameraman. Both sides have not really shown their best in all passages tonight, with lots of pedestrian play. The long weekend really just extending onto the court, perhaps. The Grand Prix being in Melbourne also. Perhaps many of the boys here have enjoyed getting out to the festivities, which all occur down at Albert Park, which does involve a lot of day drinking. Nonetheless, Cooper. Lynch has the wheels to go around Newen. Advancing is the futsal Roo. Lynch! For a bloke that big, he can move so quickly.
And nearly pick out the top corner with the deftest touch as well. It was such a fancy little flick. And nearly caught Felice out. Pasco Vale going fifth man. Noah Felice venturing whenever he can. This time on broadcast side, and he loves a strike at goal himself.
Cardo, Felice. Back to Cardo. Well, Jaron. Dustizada closing the passing lane, although Lamb was found over the top. Lamb Felice. Well, Jaron confronted by KDS. Cooper and Grant Lynch is one-on-one here with Noah Felice. And he puts it wide.
Two collector's items in a matter of minutes as well. While Jaron penalty miss and Grant Lynch through one-on-one steering wide. You will not see that again on a Sunday for some time.
Felice hit again, just making himself big. Closing the angles. Lamb, lovely touch off his chest. Had it played behind the doctor. Unfortunate from a Pasco Vale perspective, the way that move culminated.
And they need to start getting the moves right if they are to get back into this game. Moreland still control it, and the time now becoming a factor. There's Felice on for Sakawal Jaron, the current Golden Boot leader of the league. Already has one to his tally. He'll think he should have had two. There is only one way to rectify that. And maybe, just maybe, rescue something for the Lions. And here as well, Jaron again. Got it from Felice, just had it back for Caro. While Jaron around Cooper, and Apostolakis spilled. Lamb was lurking still. And Christos Apostolakis gathered this time. Was quick to go for Dustizada. Caro went and met him and went and won it. Lamb taking a stint, taking a breather. Newen, Caro, refines his captain. Now while Jaron had an acre all of a sudden. And Felice finally finds him. While Jaron wanted to go through the legs of Dos Santos, who shut the door. Him and while Jaron were there entangled. And Apostolakis mopped up with the most composure. Dos Santos drifting delightfully. Kevin Dos Santos with an O-look. Aripidou rolling away, and Caro getting a challenge in.
He's starting to find his best futsal again, KDS. He's been plagued with injuries. He's had moments where he hasn't been not at his best, but not in his furthest gear. When he's having fun out there, you can't get near him. Cooper to Santos, controlling the ball. Inside the area still. The cutback, nobody home. Cardo has Namfem making a run on his left. Cardo for Newen. He takes it on. Pasco Vale corner.
And the call from Elby and Chachi on the bench, you have to take it on, and he's absolutely right. Time is not their friend, and Michael Newen, a player who possesses such quality, is getting in good areas now.
Cardo. Newen. Oh, Jaron. Found Tally starting to just peek its head out again. Lynch, 3 minutes left. Moreland up by 3 goals. You might feel like they're home from here.
That's unless there is a Pasco Vale miracle waiting in the wings. Will the long weekend throw up something unbelievably special? Newen, while Jaron back for Michael Newen, out the other way for Felice. Moreland holding firm. That's a smashing switch from Felice. Sakawal Jaron returns it to him. Felice, Shemezi, Apostolakis denies, and they have a corner. They are just beginning to surge. Might be too little too late, or the timing might be perfect. Well, Jarin, Nam Pham, spun Cooper, and Apostolakis dived on it again. The corner again taken with just too much height for Lynch, who got a flick on it. Newen, Felic. Newen couldn't steer it for well, Jarin, who was out the other way. This another potential night of Pasco Vale frustration and Pasco Vale disappointment. Iripidu, if in doubt. Felic, Nam Pham, now or never. Well, Jarin, threaded with way too much on it for Chimezi. 2 to the close of a special Sunday. We saw the reigning champions rumbled. Maybe Hume having themselves something to believe in. Melbourne Aku joined the party as well as Carlton Hart were resigned to another defeat. And this the final installation, a massive Moreland momentum-moving Sunday night on a Monday long weekend. And Dexter Hard for Lynch with an open net. Moreland are heading right back on track. Simple as you like. And the Lions have truly surrendered now. It's a blue blitz in Darabin. Moreland headed 3 from the top 2, headed a point behind Melbourne Aku. And the team who were champions the season before last, now starting to breathe down the neck of all the close challengers in 2026. We said it was a long year. We said don't judge a book by its cover. As the Moreland chapters unfold, this story is worth telling. As Stellitano, does he fancy a late hat-trick? Lynch happy to hold off. Dexter Hart, Adam Cooper. Slowed all the way down. Lynch once again. Dos Santos fancy seeing it home. Hart. Lynch on his own. Felic, and the follow-in is stumped in. Piercing. Brutal. And Lynch lashes another. Moreland want to make this a rout. They don't want to be messing about. There is a headline written in and of itself. The Blues quelling any possible early season qualms in emphatic fashion.
Adam Cooper's lost the plot. He's going to throw a chair at Joshua Fusco. Apostolakis getting his point across, saying they thought we're done. They thought we were done. How about now, he says. Gotta love that. From Big Christos.
Skopelidis. Intervened, did Stellitano. Set back for Felic, who wanted to drive it, and Uripidu hit the roof. Adam Cooper are likening Darabin to the Alps at the moment. And possibly for one final time this evening, the mop is needed to cleanse the court. "22 seconds, Moreland all smiles. Pasco Vale stunned into silence. Wreathed in white, but swept away by a sea of blue. Chimezi, Apostolakis intervened, Uripidu. Couldn't find Stellitano, but it matters not. This a stark contrast. Two very cutting pictures, two very cutting touchlines, two very, very different messages, both in their meaning, in their delivery, and in their magnitude. Felic. Apostolakis, does he fancy one? Well wide. Well wide. So then, Moreland make their move at last in the new year. Opening night woes written off, written away. As the side who all thought would be close challengers have finally shown some of that challenging class. Pasco Vale pounced upon and ripped apart Moreland with a shockwave result of magnitude to close the Sunday in Darabin. The Blues, in the words of Christos Apostolakis, may well and truly be back as full-time in Darabin. It's Pasco Vale 2, Moreland 7. And we will see you next week.